Hey everybody, it's Steven with JSR Outdoors, and I finally got some footage to put together for y'all. It's been a crazy 2 weeks here with kid schedules and running back and forth and just staying busy with life. So a friend of mine finally came in this weekend and we went out hunting on Saturday and Sunday evening. The weather wasn't the greatest this weekend, but this is the only week he could come in, so we went ahead and went out. We prepped some bait, and I'm going to kind of take y'all through some of the steps of that and also spend some time at the range. So y'all stay tuned and we'll jump right into the video.
It's Steven with JSR Outdoors, and we are on our way to the range. We're going to do one last final sight-in. Got a couple of different soft points I wanted to try out and get zeroed in with the new 4K Pro. I mentioned that we would have a guest hunter with us, so this is Kyle.
How's it going?
Everybody meet Kyle. Kyle's one of my friends from college. We met probably about 13 years ago.
13 years ago.
13 years ago. Been best friends ever since. He's one of the few guys that I hunt with and one of the guys that I run around with all the time. You got a friend for 13 years, you just kind of stuck with each other at that point. But he's going to be joining us, so we are heading to the range right now, and we are going to get set up. Got a bipod to sight in with, made a couple of things and some adjustments to the scope. I want to get it dialed in so that way I don't have the same issue that I did last week when I shot at the pig and didn't really hit it. So we will get back with you as soon as we get to the range.
There you go. You still jerking that trigger too?
A little free advertisement for Harley Davidson.
I don't think it was recording. There we go. Safety on this one?
Yeah, push down. There you go.
I like how that feels.
So as y'all can see, we went to the range. We had a little bit of fun first before we got down to business and really got serious about sighting in the rifles. My friend Grant and his son Aiden were able to join us. Aiden was able to shoot his dad's pistol, shoot a couple of ours. We had a pretty good time, but here in this next clip, that's kind of where we start getting down to business, getting everything sighted in.
Start.
All right, going hot.
So as you can see, we got down to business, got everything sighted in, got some really good shots made, and we got everything lined up and sighted in on the 4K Pro and also on the X-Sight 2. Now I'm going to take y'all through a little bit of the things that we did to get prepped for the hunt, so y'all stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so here's what we got going on right now. We are about to mix up some bait for Hogzilla. He's come in the last couple of times. I think he scented us and went and bedded down, so what we're going to do is try and bait him. So we've got a bag of deer corn. We have 2 boxes of strawberry jello. I was going to go with the Great Value strawberry, but this is all Walmart had at the time. So some strawberry Fanta and some yeast. So what's supposed to happen is you let this ferment or sit for a couple of days, and it's supposed to get real ripe and have a real nasty smell. And you know, just my theory is that once we get this going and have that sitting out there for him, then that might draw him out even more. So you're going to start by pouring your corn into the bucket, obviously, and just fill it up as much as possible. If you got a little stick, I've got a, all that is right there is an extension for paint roller. But fill your buckets. That's enough in that one. I'm going to use a whole 50-pound bag of corn, and we're just going to let it sit here and sour over the next 2 days and let that yeast do its work and just see where we end up. So I'm just kind of pouring a little bit here, a little bit there. Now what I would recommend doing first is pouring a 2 liter in each one. That way you've got some liquid in there. Make sure it's not going to go everywhere. But make sure you've got some liquid in there so that way you can get that in and that yeast has something to go in with. Now what's going to happen is this corn's going to absorb all of this that we're pouring in right now. So y'all can see it's got a real nice, nasty looking red color to it. My shed's gonna stink for the next couple of days, so we might avoid doing some laundry. Next thing, just open up your pack of Jello and dump both bags in, and you should be ready to go from there. Once you do that, and apologize guys, that was somebody on the phone, so just got a phone call coming in. So you're gonna get that mixed up. And then I'm going to use 1 pack of this yeast in here. And then I'm going to get that stirred up real good. I might even use a pack and a half. Just kind of see what we got here left over. Make sure we got some that goes all over. But this is really all you should need to do. I've seen online where this method works really well, and like I said, we're really just getting in here and doing this to try and mix up an attractant so that way it's going to give me something to use. So on that one I'm going to need a little bit of water too. Okay y'all, so I am mixing up some pig bait for Hogzilla this weekend. I already have a bucket that I've already started to mix up, and once I get this one going, I'm going to take you step by step on what exactly I've done for this one. So on this one, I've already added all the ingredients. You want to make sure you add in some water. But as you can see, we haven't had a chance to really sit out and try and bait for him, and I figured doing it this way might give us a fair chance at him coming in. So I'm going to get this mixed up, and I will get right back with y'all as soon as I have this one finished, and I will take you step by step through the next.
Okay, y'all, so I'm going to go ahead and get some water mixed in with the corn right quick. That way we can get this process started on this bucket. You don't want to fill it up all the way. You're just going to want to get enough water in there, and then I'm going to add that 2 liter in as well. And since this is a smaller bucket, you don't want to kind of just play it by ear. Now this got plenty of water in it. Y'all pardon my backyard. Kind of getting to see a little bit of my my shed and what I got to work with out here. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to add in the 2 liter of Fanta. And then I'm going to add in the yeast and strawberry jello. Now I do strawberry, really anything with a sweet smell is going to work. Everybody's kind of got their own concoction, so, you know, just whatever works. And that's got enough into this one, so I'm just going to take and top this one off a little bit too. I just want to get a little bit more mixed down into that one and get both of these going real good. Alright. So we got that in, and what's going to happen is that corn is going to absorb all of the powder. Alright. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw in the yeast. I do a package and a half in each one. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it ferment, and it's going to make it get that just real ripe, nasty, smelly smell, and it's going to have a sweet smell to it as well. And don't ask me why, but damn pigs love that stuff. So we'll get that thrown in. Y'all can already see the yeast going to work. It's already starting to bubble up and do its thing. So we're going to get this one mixed in a little bit more. And then what should start happening, guys, is that yeast is going to go to work. It's going to start rising, and the corn's going to start to absorb everything. So with this one, we'll just go ahead and mix it in real good. And all I'm using right now to stir this in is just the handle for an extension for a paint roller. And just mix it up. Not real hard. Just mix it in. Now, I'm going to trust that the yeast is doing its job. I'm not going to come out here and try and smell yeast or try and see what it smells like after 2 days. I'm just going to assume that it did its trick. But it ought to sit out here for a couple of days, and it ought to have a real nice ripe smell to it. So that's really all there is to it, guys. Now, I don't have a lid for this other bucket, but I'm just going to put the lid on this one. And yeah, it's just an old nasty bucket, but you know, whatever works and whatever you got at the house, so it is what it is. And we'll take that guy and just move it right back here. And that's all there is to it, guys. So I will get this stuff stored up, and we'll get it set out for this Friday, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, y'all. This is part 2 of the soured strawberry corn. So I went back to Walmart and got a couple more packs of Jello. We were going to set it out for our hunt last week, but with all the activity and stuff, with all the pigs and all the activity that's been going on, we honestly just kind of wanted to let the feeder not have any little extra pressure on it, so that way when we do throw this stuff out, it's just that much more potent. Now, this has been sitting in the bed of my truck for probably close to 3 or 4 days now. And right now, it's kind of got an overwhelming sweet smell to it. But it's also got a soured smell as well. So I'm going to let it set for another 2 or 3 days before we go out this week. So it's just the same thing as before. And what I did this time around is I just added some water into it, so that way it'll sour up a little bit more. And you can see I'm just using the Great Value. I'm not using anything fancy, just the cheap stuff. Take a little stir stick and start mixing her in. And just take your time. And just take your time and work it in. If it doesn't get towards the bottom, it's probably okay. Now I'm sure I could dump this. Actually, I think I'm gonna give that a shot. I'm gonna try and pour it into this cooler and then see if that'll help mix it up a little bit. That way I can get some down on the bottom too. Now doing that's just gonna let me stir up some more into here, get it soaked in real good, and it's gonna help mix it up whenever I go to move those back around, and I'll just top the buckets back off. Like I said, all I'm doing is just throwing that in here and stirring it up real good. And you can see how the corn's already started to turn and change colors too. So that means it's doing its trick. It's soaking it in, and we're going to get the results that we want. Now you can do this and throw it out at the feeder. You can mix it however you want to. Personally, I'm going to use it at our feeder this week, and we'll see what the result is. Alright guys, so we're out at the blind and we're getting ready to start throwing this sweet feed out. So this is the corn that we mixed up. Ooh, yeah, you can smell that. And you can see we had some guys through here. They rooted up quite a bit, it looks like. So, aren't you going to take this stuff? Kind of make a circle with it. That way we can get a little bit of that scent. And there's another trail right back here where they come in from. And you can see those pigs have been tearing this place up. But my feeder's set to go off at about 6:45. So just want to get this spread out real good. Get some places for it to spread out. We want them to kind of trail around and come back this way right here. So that way, when it's all said and done, we can try and get 2 shots off. And that's our end goal tonight, is to try and make the 2 shots, and hopefully.
Alright y'all, so this is what our lease looks like. This is where we hunt. So you can see we got a really good setup here. You can see where the tree line is back here. See where the feeder's set up. Back over here towards these dogwoods is a game trail where the pigs, the deer, and everything come in. And they also come over here from the left side as well too. Got a little bit of work to do out here, but all in all, it's a good setup. It's a good place. Plenty of activity, plenty of game coming in.
So, even with all the prep work we did, we weren't successful. The pigs didn't come out after we baited, after we did everything. And as you saw Saturday night, they were there a couple hours after we left. And sometimes that's just the way it goes. But, you know, that's the thing. We were outdoors. We got to have a good time with the guys. We got to go to the range. We got to hang out. That's really all it's about, is just being together, hanging out, having a good time, and being outdoors. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell icon so that way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Until next time, guys, thanks.